Howdy, folks. Welcome to the week one material for Star Wars as narrative and culture. I want to make sure that I just give you a little bit of framework for how this is going to be unfolding this semester. I've got just a little bit of material for you this week so that you really have the time to start getting used to Blackboard, to be thinking ahead, to be examining the syllabus and all the other content. I know it's a lot to be just dropped in your lap right away, so I want to give you a minute to work through what you have going on for week one so you can get prepared for week two. So just as an intro, I want to talk to you a little bit about how I'm thinking about this course, how we're going to kind of dig into Star Wars for the next 3 months. And the title is Star Wars as Narrative and Culture, and those are kind of our two perspectives right there. The first, Star Wars as narrative. I truly believe Star Wars to be an epic on this that is a type of narrative where you have a lot of different texts contributing and explaining generationally how things unfold, and we have that in Star Wars, both generations of audiences and generations of characters. So Star Wars' epic narrative as something that is so deeply important as literature, as text, that's how we're looking at it. We've got so much material that we have an entire semester to just really dig into what is the Star Wars narrative. On the other side of the title, you have as culture. Star Wars as culture kind of happens in two ways. First, it's an inextricable part of our culture. If you watch Hollywood films, if you are in kind of this like Western pop culture space, you have imbibed some Star Wars stuff. Even those who haven't seen any of the Star Wars films, like I know they're bad people, but you can still talk to them about things that reference Star Wars. You're going to find that it's going to be really hard to pull out a person who's over the age of 10 and doesn't know the words Darth Vader, right? That doesn't have a vague image of Yoda, right? This is built into us. Additionally, Star Wars is a culture unto itself. The whole fandom is an entire other world, gang. Like, even among like nerd fan cultures, Star Wars is this whole other thing, right? So we're going to be thinking about Star Wars as narrative and as culture. And hopefully this class is a first step towards building like a Star Wars degree. You should be really able to major in this stuff, but it's not there yet. We'll have to just make do with this class. So this course kind of emerges from a couple things. The first of which is I never shut up about Star Wars. I've just been talking about it my entire life. Like my old man, he brought home the VHSs and we watched them. And I just haven't shut up about it since. This extends across my entire life. I'm never talking about what I think is the best movie of all time because it's Empire Strikes Back. Like everyone else is fighting for second place. So that's kind of where this course initiates if we go all the way back. Even we were talking about like hero, villain, and anti-hero archetypes in my master's class on the Bible as literature. And we decided to do the example of Star Wars. So we talked about who's the hero, who's the villain, who's the anti-hero, and we did the entire hero's arc in a Bible course with Star Wars. So like it's just we're not ever extricating. I'm not ever extricating myself from Star Wars, and it seems like you might be the type of people who are feeling that too. So from there, probably my most recent Star Wars as life thing is in 2019, I published an article in the Journal of Religion and Popular Culture. They had a special edition on Star Wars and the religions of it. And I write The Living Force, an ecological reading of how the Force regards its adherents. And so, like, I got an article published, and this is like legit peer-reviewed scholarly article that you go to the databases at the library and can look it up. Like that's what's up, gang. Like I got to make a move. Like it's on my resume that I publish an article on Star Wars, and that's just a dream come true, you know? Yeah, I've taught Star Wars films in various courses, I've taught film courses, but here I am publishing an article on Star Wars. And now I also get to teach Star Wars as narrative and culture, which is phenomenal. And it's it sometimes feels like I just tricked someone into letting me teach a Star Wars course where the whole course is Star Wars and that's it. But it also wasn't that hard. You know, there's a reason I can publish an article on Star Wars. There's a reason this course can run again. You guys are in the second version of it. The first version happened last year, same time. But the cool thing about that was that it wrapped up December 17th. The students presented their contribute to the culture projects. And then 2 days later, episode 9, Star Wars Saga, unfolds. It opens in theaters December 19th, the midnight showings, December 20th, the official full day. And so it was so cool. We were doing this class to kind of prepare for that stuff. And so the reason you can do this is really what Ebert said, that quote I gave you on the syllabus, that Star Wars is a fairy tale, a fantasy, a legend, right? And it's also able to reactivate old thrills, fears, and exhilarations. And this is how Star Wars has managed to be so dominant in and as a culture by giving this narrative across 42 years. It is monolithic. And I think that's why we really get to have this class. Also, importantly, it's you folks. Like, I can pitch stuff all day. I can say, yeah, I'm going to teach this course. And it only matters if students sign up. So thank you, folks. Like, I'm sitting here creating content. I'm getting paid to lecture on Star Wars. It's phenomenal, gang. So thank you for that. There's still seats open. So if you have any friends that want to get in on this, just have them register. All right. But as for the real frame of the course, the nitty gritty stuff in it, we're really thinking about Star Wars as this contained epic narrative. And it was December 20th, 2019, that the Skywalker saga ends with Rise of Skywalker. And that began in 1977 with A New Hope. And so that's 42 years of Star Wars texts that we're going to be thinking about, that we're going to be getting into. And so that's kind of the frame of the course. And it was cool because last year we got to do the work to prepare for that ending. And this year we've had a year and we get to reflect upon that full pile of material. And so your job is to treat these as texts, as anything that would be taught in a course, right? As much as we're going to have to be able to geek out in this class, it's still very much the class, right on. We're not so much here to debate whether or not the original trilogy should go back to the original versions and Lucas screwed it up, because yeah, that's a part of Star Wars, but those are the facts. Like, what happens in the digital remasters is the fact of what happens in the Star Wars universe, right? We're not here to really debate which is better, or did the sequel trilogy screw it up, or was this vision problematized. We're not really here to get into that stuff. We're here to say Star Wars is this monumental thing that is more than just films that we have opinions and personal relationships to. Even though that's underlying everything, that's why we can have this class. There's something else. There's something academic about this pursuit. Why aren't the Star Wars films something that are being taught all the time? Why aren't they inextricable from education? Like, you can't have graduated high school without reading certain novels. Why isn't Star Wars a part of this process? And here this class is arguing, well, it is. It could be. You just have to choose it. And so we're really going to be digging in to these thematic explanations of these films. So we're going to be looking at all sorts of things. We're going to be the syllabus gets into a pile of stuff, but you can look at race and gender, and you can look at heroics, and you can look at sci-fi technology, and all sorts of things. And the assignments really leave it open for you to focus on whatever elements of Star Wars you're really looking to get into. So that's kind of the perspective we're taking here. And I'm trying to take it easy on you this first week. We'll be finishing up this video in a couple minutes and then jump on down to the film order presentation video I have for you. That one's quick, but it is thinking about the possible ways you could order the films in this course, and then a little bit of information on the way I've decided to go about it and why. Make sure you're getting really familiar with how Blackboard is set up, because as much as this week is low key, next week, week 2, you have to have already watched episode 4 and read some of the Chris Taylor How Star Wars Conquered the Universe. Then you log in and check out the week 2 materials, see what I've been saying about that stuff, and really go from there. So that's what we're preparing for. So as much as this week is kind of low key, we're hitting the ground running next week. You're going to have to post on the discussion boards about that stuff. It's week 2 is every week of the semester. So really set yourself up to get going on that stuff. All right. Other than that, make sure you're familiar with all the materials and where everything goes. Reach out if you need anything. If you get jammed up in any way, let me know. I'm around. Emails, discussion boards. I'll be keeping an eye on all of it. And gang, jump on down to the film order video, and then you're at large until week 2 rolls around. So you got plenty of time to get everything in order. Gang, thanks, and be good.